What is going on, YouTube family? So I had this video ready to film about why investors miss on Tesla, and then Elon dropped these. Complete with a ridiculous price that is innuendo ridden, to say the least. Not sure I can repeat it on YouTube, but use Google. Unless you're under 18, then don't. Yeah, actually, never mind. But these shorts perfectly illustrate why big investors have missed it completely on Tesla, and hopefully I can make some sense as to why that is so you can avoid those mistakes in your investing. So let's get started right now. Welcome back, everyone. In this video, we will cover the 3 reasons why big investors miss completely on Tesla. And maybe we'll poke a little fun at the bears too while we're at it. So let's see if we can hit 2,000 likes in 24 hours on this video. And to make it more fun and really motivate you guys, if we hit that mark, I will buy a pair of sexy shorts and post a picture of me wearing them on Instagram for the world to see, and then never be able to unsee it again. You know, be careful what you wish for. Maybe I'll even wear them in a video. So like the video and let's dive into this. Reason number 1 that big investors have missed completely on Tesla: they don't get Elon at all. Look, the shorts are a perfect example of exactly what I'm talking about. Classic Elon, trolling the haters, not just with a tweet, but with a product that is absolutely ridiculous, with a ridiculous price that pretty much breaks every rule in the
Harvard CEO Handbook.
Seriously, does Tim Cook or Bill Gates or Jeff Bezos do stuff like that? Would you ever see the head of Goldman Sachs or JP Morgan be caught without a suit and tie, much less selling shorts? Yes, sometimes you have CEOs of fledgling companies pull stunts, trying to get attention to their company and that kind of stuff. But Tesla is not a small company, and this was not a publicity stunt. Elon really is just doing it to troll short sellers and have fun. Kind of like a YouTuber who likes to have fun, and Elon is subscribed to and always likes all of his videos, so you may want to subscribe too. I'm just saying, if you want to be like Elon. But that's not the only part about Elon that they don't get. They get hung up on who he dates, which I don't see a problem at all with that. Maybe they're just jealous because, like me, they don't have a girlfriend. Or they get hung up on what he names his kid, which admittedly, I don't get the kid naming issues either. I mean, the guy can launch a rocket into space and make it land on a pad in the middle of the freaking ocean. But naming a kid seems to be difficult? It makes no sense. But it has absolutely zero, and I mean zero, to do with how he runs his companies. It has zero to do with how his mind works, looking at real-world problems and solving them in ways no one can comprehend at the time. I would happily trade the ability to name a kid or a pet with the ability to figure out how to land a rocket on a pad in the middle of the ocean. It's just insane, and maybe that's where their problem lies in the first place. It could also be much simpler than all of this. Look, to be a player on Wall Street or large investment firms, it's rare to see people who don't have an Ivy League degree or MBA or both. So it could be as simple as the elitism that permeates our society. Because if he doesn't do it the right way or the way it was taught in business school, then he's just another flash in a pan and he's doomed to fail. And since Elon has essentially thumbed his nose at all of them, that elitism will turn to negative sentiment towards anything and everything Elon does. Reason number 2 that big investors have missed completely with Tesla: they don't understand or don't want to admit how big Tesla's lead really is. Tesla's lead in batteries alone is massive, huge, and has been that way forever, it seems like. Their advantage in software is massive. Their advantage in autonomous driving is massive. Like, it's not even close. And unlike a traditional automaker, they continue to innovate, not just sit back and rest on their laurels. Their goal is clearly complete and utter domination, and they're not letting the foot off the gas at all. This is so unusual for any automaker to ever do this. It just doesn't register in the minds of the Wall Street guys. The going-in assumption for any company that innovates huge like this is company A takes off with a new innovative product, whatever that is. Competitors B and C are behind, but kick into gear and start making strides towards catching up. It may take a few years, but they will eventually get to the point where their product is competitive on the consumer level. This is true in almost every circumstance. Look at the iPhone. Completely changed the game, and it took other phone makers years to catch up. I personally still prefer the iPhone and think it's superior in every way, in my opinion. But I cannot lie and say the Android phones don't have some cool features that maybe I would like to have. And I cannot say that the Android is at least not comparable to the iPhone, which was not true after the first iPhone dropped. But it is true now, they are comparable. But this is making vehicles, not phones, and innovation comes slow at best in that world, and changing your manufacturing and technology is extremely expensive and time consuming. Add in the fact that Tesla continues to get better at every facet of the business, okay, except one, but everything else they are improving at a rate not seen ever in the industry, and the curve is going the opposite way with Tesla pulling away at a rate that dwarfs everyone else. Add in the fact that the competition is in very poor financial position, saddled with too much debt, bad contracts, union deals, and a dealer network that siphons off profits, and it's a recipe for stagnation at best, not innovation. And because Tesla isn't following the typical disruptor script, the Wall Streeters think it's just a matter of time and the script will eventually write itself the right way. 2 years ago, that might have been a possibility. Tesla was burning cash and wasn't quite there yet. Now they are profitable, and the only thing holding it back now is their ability to meet demand, which is a great problem to have, and again, doesn't fit any traditional model the Wall Street analysts are looking at. Reason number 3 that big investors have missed completely on Tesla: they are still valuing it like a traditional automaker. Look, we can really get nerdy here, and no one wants to watch a video about cost-based accounting and depreciation and all kinds of other financial jargon like that. So let's keep it simple and easy to understand like we always do on this channel. I'm sure if you want it, somebody has a 2-hour nerd video out there breaking this all down further. But you cannot value Tesla like a traditional automaker for 3 big reasons. The first, Tesla has no dealer network. Look into dealer networks, how they work, and the agreements that are there. It's a terrible business model. It makes no sense now. Maybe it made sense, back in the day when margins were huge and the traditional automakers didn't have all the albatrosses that they have around their necks now. But it is a huge profit sucker and really hurts the bottom line for all the automakers who have them. The second reason, Tesla has no marketing budget. Now, putting aside the idiot who actually wants Tesla to have a marketing budget, so he called a shareholders vote at the next annual meeting. Vote no, by the way, as that is the dumbest thing ever. Actually, this illustrates the point perfectly. It is beyond comprehension for how an automaker can have more demand than supply. Think about it every time you drive past any dealership out there. Does that dealership have so much demand that there are no cars on the lot? No, there are tons and tons on every lot in every city in the US and probably the world. But Tesla has a buyer for every vehicle produced. And they accomplish this with no marketing. Period. None. Zero. It's impossible to value that because it doesn't make any sense for the auto industry. It literally defies all logic, and so it gets discounted instead of valued properly. I forget what point I'm on now. I got way off track. Sorry. Oh yes. Number 3. Three like this. Tesla owns the entire chain. From manufacturing to service to sales to charging. Basically, the entire process and infrastructure is created, controlled, and owned by Tesla. That's it. It all starts and ends with them. And because of this, they can do things other car companies just cannot do. They can take risks like utilizing blockchain technology to improve logistics because they own both points and everything in between. They control how service technicians handle the customer experience. Who the heck likes going to a dealer for either buying a car or even for service? No one that I know of. I always buy from individuals and I avoid dealers like the plague. And when you do have to go to the dealer for service, is it consistent across the board? Do they all use the same tools and innovations? Heck, can they fix your car over the internet while you sleep? All massive advantages to Tesla that do not exist with traditional automakers. So many big investors are applying principles and numbers and metrics that just don't apply to Tesla at all. By the time they figure this out, it will be too late. But hey, they aren't right all the time, and us little guys can enjoy the ride and the overpriced but really funny shorts. That crashed the website, by the way, and I'm pretty sure are sold out. So show your support for the channel by liking the video, or like it just because you're really weird and you want to see me in a pair of those short shorts. I guess it's okay if the ladies do. Well, maybe it's still a bit weird. And consider joining my Patreon if you want to see my trades in real time, or if you want direct access to me and my short shorts if we get there, and also the well tracker that I use, and it is just a numbers document. I'm sorry, I only have a MacBook. But I think it's going to be a crazy next few weeks, so make sure you're subscribed, which you can do right there, so you can get the truth on all the craziness. And follow me on Instagram if you want to see me fail on that as well. And here's a couple of videos for you if you're not familiar with my channel about other Tesla items. Thanks.